Hello. Hi, everyone. Am I coming through okay? Last minute streams, eh? It's better this way. I haven't been like thinking, I can't get that started. I've got a stream to start. Literally just finished filming Carnegie. It's over here, just kind of in pieces. Carnegie's brilliant. Technical equipment, though, is not brilliant. It's been a rough day, technology wise. But hey, it appears to be working right now. And hopefully, it's coming through to you. Hey, everyone. Thanks for being here. Hey, Steve, Hans, Avi, Monica. Let's have a look at a game, shall we? Because yeah, it's coming. I'm really excited. I don't know how soon we're going to be playing it because this is it was a Kickstarter, Renegade Games. It needs an app, and there is a kind of preview edition, no voiceover, no pictures web app for one of the scenarios, but it's not quite finished, and there's meant to be an app for iOS and stuff that's been a bit delayed. So yeah, might not get to it as quickly as I was hoping for because yeah, I'm just keen. But yeah, at least we can have a look because I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty lovely inside because like the back doesn't even tell you anything about it as well. Like I thought, well, at least I could maybe get a fix from looking at the back of the box a little bit and dreaming, but no, the back of the box is just lovely art because this is like I don't think gonna be in shops. I think you can get it. You can order it from Renegade. I think it's the way that Artisans of Splendid Vale, another one that they did, which is to come and looks amazing. But yeah, it's like a big fancy thing, and because it's just like a fancy thing that you get from them, it doesn't need to have kind of any advertising on it. But hey, it's got some lovely artwork. As far as I know so far, so it's designed by TC Petty as well. It's like a game where we're kind of crazy inventors trying to make all sorts of Frankensteins or werewolves and things, and we play it over the course of generations. So we will play our descendants getting things from previous generations, some resources, some experiments, and carrying them on to make hopefully our masterworks by the end of it. I haven't kind of seen it in action. I've seen a lot of it being kind of talked about and discussed, and kind of I think from prototypes from whenever it was on Kickstarter ages ago. But let's stop rambling on and let's have a look. So we've got lovely kind of I don't know like parchment feeling. It's not like linen, but it's lovely feeling rulebook. We've stopped already on the rulebook, but looking lovely. I'm not a professional unboxer. I don't really do these. I'm just excited about something, and hey, a little stream of something that I can make work apparently. Or Village Chronicle. So I think this is where like all the worker placement spots are, and it will like slot into the board wherever whichever page you need to be on. So like there's a ton of story in the game, and players will make choices throughout that will affect things that we are doing, I'm sure, but also like kind of the game itself. Maybe the worker placement spots might change according to choices that we have made. It's like I don't think this is spoilers. Like I've got no context for what this is, so I'm assuming it's not going to be spoilers. Yeah, that's from one of the three scenarios that are in the game. So we've got a ton. It's quite a hefty book as well. Quite a load of pages in it. But like in terms of the story itself, 22 pages. In terms of like the actual text and all that stuff, it's not like a chapter game. I think all of the story is contained in the app that's going to be coming, and it sounds like there is a ton of it as well. A load of story. Yeah, who doesn't love rulebooks? Like, where would we be as board gamers without rulebooks? But it just feel like, but I did think that when I don't know if Wingspan was the first one to do all of that linen rulebooky stuff, but I remember thinking, then they're like, oh, this is nice. But yeah, this feels all fancy as well in a different way. I'm not sure what the real difference is, but yeah, it's feels and I don't know if you're a board game smeller, but it smells pretty nice as well. That fresh board game smell. We've got some kind of buildings and things. Oh, only like a couple of punch boards. Some voting. I know that we vote on things and we've got yay or nay. So we've got a few tiles. And then got some lovely. Oh, you can see the game trays peeking out. Got some lovely. Oh, these are really thick dual layer player boards. Space for a load of cubes. Those tiles, I assume. Yeah, referencing things like the start of generations and stuff. There's little things out there give you extra things to pass on to your next generation. I think you've got servants, but you've also got like a spouse that is a worker that can be used for things, but they've got different stuff affecting the story. So we've got it's 2 to 4 players as well. So there is, as someone mentioned in the coming up stream, it's not multiplayer. It's it's not solo. It is multiplayer. The opposite of what I just said. Yeah, it doesn't support solo, but kind of because of that story and everyone making decisions kind of thing. So there's a jigsaw board, and like I assume that's where the worker placement thing would slot in. So you got like all tracks around the outside, and then you slot in your book, and that's where all of your worker placement spots are. But there are like the villagers' opinion of you. Like, they just think you're creepy to the point where they're sending an angry mob after you. And there's also, it's on this board as well. Is it around the outside? Around the outside. There is an insanity track somewhere as well, I feel like. Or maybe that's the insanity track, and just when people think you're insane, they send an angry mob after you. Oh, there's the insanity track. It's a separate board. So it's tracking the generations stuff, and yeah, as you do more outlandish things, your insanity will increase, and you'll start losing like workers and other things. So that's all of the stuff on top, and then we get to wonderful. I've just been doing Carnegie. Speaking of beautiful game trays and shiny money, and my father's work. Oh, look at that kind of stuff. Let's have a look at a game tray. I'm running out of space because I didn't move Carnegie out of the way. I've got my. You won't see this until the Eldritch Horror playthrough, but the green screen camera is what it's underneath now. I thought I'll leave that on in case I need to make something bigger. It's like Eldritch Horror. I didn't really use it for Carnegie, but for games like Eldritch Horror where there's a ton of like card text, I thought it'd be nice to finally give in and have a camera that does that. So we've got some lovely minis with washes on them. I don't know if like the green screen camera didn't do too well last time when we did Wonder Book. Have a look at what it's like now. Oh yeah, well, it's actually getting too much reflection out of the cloth, and it's purple screening the mini out, so that's no good. But hopefully, like, it will focus on some lovely washed minis. I think like, did you get one of each of these for your family? Lovely looking minis anyway. And if you saw from the recap stream, hey, I've been painting minis, not particularly well, but they have paint on them. They're table ready, right? Games Workshop would be proud of me. Nearly through. So these would be like, everyone gets some worker minis. I think I can see bases and stuff. It's like, and it's 4 players, so I assume like, yeah, everyone gets like one each of these. We've got in here, so we've got a load of plastic bases because they're different. I think they're different shapes, and they'll tell you like one will be your spouse or a certain category of worker and stuff. It's got bases for things. We've got here some printed wooden pieces. What have we got here? Are these like insanity markers? Come on, camera. Yes, it was for cards. It wasn't designed for components. This camera. I wonder if no, I haven't changed the lights. The light shouldn't be any different. But yeah, we've got a load of. We can zoom in. We don't need to see the entire thing anymore. We've got nice like wooden tokens. Should I say? I can see that these are wooden ones. I think these are as well. Like, I don't think they're stickered. There's like printed tokens. Very nice. A little generation marker. Now, what have we got in this one? Has anyone had My Father's Work? Did anyone back it? Has anyone given it a go with the kind of preview web app that's out there? I've seen mixed things in the forums. I am really desperate to give it a try. The first player marker. Is that the creepy angry mob track markers? Some gargoyles, some brains, some damaged brains, some knights, some suits of armor. And then we've got some cards. Oh, some like turn sequence. Hey, this is what you're for, camera. Hey, look at that. That's when it's time to shine. When there's a card that needs to be shown. Oh, we've got spaces for like little tokens and things in the game tray. Hey, game trays, right? They think of everything. And I've not properly packed it away there. I'll pack it all up. And what else have we got? Some beautiful components. So I have seen, there's a thread in the Board Game Geek forums as well of the amazing thing that people have done with some of their bottles. So this is like a resource, I think, but they're just kind of lovely but empty bottles, and people have done all sorts of things with resin, with sand. Tempted to just get some kind of like coloured sand and stuff. Oh, you're not seeing the green screen, camera. Why is that? You should be seeing it. Visible. I know you shouldn't be seeing anything right now. I'm on the behind the scenes bit. Oh, hang on. Okay then. Well, that's not too terrible. I was in a panic then that all of that stuff that I green screened wasn't going to be on Eldritch Horror. I can't make it appear now. Or I can make it appear on this screen. There we go. So that's a bit weird for me. There you go. That's working the same. I've put the cards away now. It's set to only show on the recording for some reason. This isn't usually like all the settings and scenes that I use for when I'm streaming. This is a special one for when I'm just like recording some of the playthroughs. There you go. You want seeing the bad green screen effects of the tokens. It's trying. It's doing its best. But does the card look all nice and clear? I think like the advantage is we've got a camera. These cameras that have been out of use really since we've moved over here, or since the handheld stopped. They've got a purpose again. But yeah, I'm tempted to get these filled with something nice. Some of the plastic cubes, some of the pandemic-y kind of cubes. We've got here coins. Oh, come on, green screen camera. You should work okay with some lovely metal coins. Can't open bags. Telly doesn't do unboxings. He can't open a bag. Is this going to work? Nope. It's only really set up to do cards on this camera, so I'm not completely heartbroken. Well, I could actually turn the green screen off, couldn't I? I mean, for this stream, it doesn't need to be green screened out. See, it's just another bit of the table. Here's the close-up cam. Some lovely metal coins that I'm sure I'll drop everywhere. I suppose they don't need to go back in this bag, do they? We've got a lovely game tray. And some fives. I think they're really nice. Well, you'd expect it. It's like a fancy, bespoke, expensive thing. And then we've also got, we're not done with the metal. Are you seeing the green screen camera now? I hope it's all coming through. Yeah, it is a purple screen, technically. We've got some lovely gears. Well, I do have, actually. I put all of my... Because, like, I sidetrack from anyone just wanting the My Father's Work deets. I did all of Eldritch Horror like this, and it worked fine. It just green screened, well, purple screened out some of the text, which is unfortunate, making some of it see-through. And then went to all the effort getting some lovely bright green paper because everything I'm reading about it, well, this is why people do green and blue, because it's better for green screening. The software can do it better. The camera can see those colors better. Made absolutely no difference. I would say it was even worse. Like, I did change the settings, of course. I wasn't trying to make it green screen purple still with green paper. But yeah, could just see big green outlines with the green paper. I don't know if it's just like too reflective, or what I'm trying to say is the purple screen's working out. Whereas the green screen, so far, I haven't made work. It's another thing where I haven't really, since I've moved over here, I would say that much stuff equipment-wise has changed. And then I've been trying to do stuff with this other camera. It's part of the problems today. I've been trying to set stuff up because Carnegie wants a lot of space. And I try not to zoom out kind of as much as I can. I try and zoom in as close as I can so it'll be like highest quality as possible. But sometimes the games are huge. You got to zoom out. And so when you do, it's nice to have a camera like this, like maybe on the player boards and stuff. Yeah, it's been a nightmare though. It's been, in some ways, a great day because Carnegie got filmed, and Carnegie is, yeah, spoilers, absolutely fantastic. It's such a great game. But on the downside, yeah, I had more to get done today. I should be pleased with that though. I've got unreasonable expectations, really, with what I should be able to get done. We've got some lovely wooden coffins, kind of like, these are printed as well, but like kind of glossy, kind of shiny printed coffins. Oh, we're not done. Pink works well. Ooh, I'll have to try some more experimentation. Yeah, experimenting with technology is like generally frustrating because it generally goes wrong. But then the times that it goes right, hey, the purple screen worked all right, didn't it? Like, if you give it a card, I have got, I think, some pink paper. I don't know if it's bright pink though. Like, I think it's good if it's like really bright and just one colour. It's the other game that your spouse gets out to show the components more than the Terraforming Mars Big Box. Yeah, I'm sure it's not even coming across as well. Like, the lighting isn't as good on this camera as well. It's like, all of the lights are set up, as you might expect, to show the middle of the table the nicest. But like, to really zoom in on stuff and have it kind of set up the most. That one's really zoomed in, but it's not got the best light. But it is, as I say, I only set it up to put cards there. And that's kind of why I wanted to. It's why I've resisted just tearing into it and just opening it myself. I thought, like, well, why not? We had fun doing the Seize the Bean unboxing. So we've got some sealed cards. I think these are experiments. So I have read like, oh, you need so many B experiments to go in C experiments and stuff. Like, I don't know the ins and outs. I haven't played it yet because, hey, I'm literally opening. Of course, I haven't played it. I'm opening it, aren't I? But we've got some cards, some lovely trays. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Got some little cards, 4VP. And then we've got, so this isn't Legacy, but we have got 3 boxes for the scenarios of the game. And like, having said that, it's got 3 scenarios. They are meant to be, you know, replayable, and things will go a different way. The story will go in very different directions. So we're told. You know, I'm not claiming that because, as I say again, I haven't played it ever. But there we go. We've got 3 different scenarios with fairly hefty boxes and components inside. Creepy tokens. That's the kind of thing that we want in here. Collaborative tokens. And all same playtime? Yeah, 180 minutes is what it said on the Board Game Geek thing as well. Should I open these? That might end up being... A lot of it's tiles and cards and stuff. Like, I don't think there's anything to punch out. There's a mayor coin in here. But yeah, a load of secret boxes with more stuff in. And at the bottom of it all, a lovely game trays for the various cards and little bits that'll go right at the bottom. The boxes go on these little things here. I think, yeah, the flashiest things Forgive all of the kind of the cardboard dandruff. Hey, we've played Carnegie a load, and it's still coming off it. So My Father's War is fresh and brand new, so it will be coming off there. But like these don't need to be in the boxes, do they? They've got lovely game trays. They're just in these cubes from manufacturing, aren't they? In the little bags. Saying the word cube because I'm looking at some cubes. Looking lovely. The animals are still out there. We're making our various potions and poultices with. And a load of wooden stuff for the other trays. Some beautiful minis. Yeah, we've already kind of looked through it all. But I will give you, in case you joined late, give you a brief, not a reboxing, because hey, I'm going to have to work out how that went back. I'll just watch the video back in reverse, won't I? And get it all back in. But yeah, I assume like there's space for all of these. I assume all this stuff will kind of go there. Hopefully there's just a picture I can look at it, but it doesn't look too complicated actually. It's not like some games where there's like just a million slots and it's not really like noted down where any of it goes. Like it seems pretty self-explanatory generally, doesn't it? Maybe the bases are just going in these 4 things for you to just grab. I don't know. I don't want to commit to painting something, and I haven't even played it. I don't even know if I like it, but yeah, I'm just saying that I'm in a kind of painty mood. There's a lot of painting still to be done on my Mansions of Madness things, but yeah, I'm driven at the moment. They're not looking great, but I'm not worrying about it. There's paint on them. They look better than when they were grey. That's what I'm going with, and that's all right by me. I just need to not look at anyone else's amazing mini painting and then, hey, mine can be the best. Make your world as small as possible as long as you're the king of it. No, don't do that. That's terrible. That's the being your current favourite 2-player game. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? I was thinking when someone asked in the recap stream of like best games now that we've had half of the year, and like it might have arrived last year for some people, but see the beam we got this year, and we've been waiting for it for ages, and yeah, gotta be, if not my favourite, I'm pretty sure my favourite arrival of the year so far. There's been some fantastic things. I mean, speaking of Carnegie, absolutely love Carnegie, although yeah, Rach didn't love Carnegie very much, so I don't think it's going to be a 2-player keeper, but luckily the solo's fantastic, whereas Seize the Bean, we have only done the stream-wise, we've only done solo working together, but I really enjoy that as well. It is nice just trying to work out the puzzle, even though it's not getting that difficult yet on those the modes we've had it on. It's nice working together on it, isn't it? But we have been playing it competitively as well, and really enjoying it. And there's so much in it, isn't there, that you're never gonna see the same stuff again. Has there been any word, do you know, on the app? So you've played. I don't think I read out on you. You've played it. Oh, you've had it, but you haven't tried it with the online scenario. Yeah, because it's like, I assume it's just it's what like YouTubers had last year, the ones that did Kickstarter videos for it, I assume, because it says like preview and stuff. So yeah, I would imagine it's unpolished, because it's probably, that thing's probably been the same for ages, hasn't it? Whereas yeah, I would love it to be ready by this weekend so I can crack on and have a look at it, because yeah, it's not actually winning the vote. Snowdonia, I think, our last minute suggestion, Snowdonia is storming the vote. Let me know if you're on Patreon and you've voted for, or whether you've voted for even if you're not on Patreon. Snowdonia is getting a playthrough filmed this month. I don't know if it'll be up this month, but Snowdonia is coming up. And where was I going with that? Oh yeah, there's a million scenarios in it. Which one should I do? It'll be one that's compatible with the solo, probably. But yeah, what would you like to see? Because there's plenty in there that I could do. I got the little Isle of Man box somewhere for it as well, so that's like another scenario on top of the billions that came in the master set anyway. 12 days ago they said 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, it's got to be coming up very soon, hasn't it? But you never know with like doing software and stuff, do you? So the demo scenario was all right. Played it and it had some mistakes. Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be. I'm tempted to like just have like a 2-handed test game of it, but yeah, I wouldn't want to bring it to like I wouldn't want Rach to kind of see it for the first time, or bring it to like our game group for the first time, and then you have to be making excuses all the time, and like, oh no, will be better in the app. I was just excited about playing it. I'll just do the rough version if I do that. But I've got plenty to be going on with that I can hopefully force myself to wait until the app's ready. What Rach not like about Carnegie, she didn't like I think it's just one where there is no kind of direct like confrontation about it, but it is a game where like there's action selection, and so you'll pick an action, there'll be an event, and then everyone in turn order gets to do that action. And if you have played like a certain way, or that action comes up and you are just not geared up for it at all, you will get nothing. If you haven't got workers in departments for that action, you just get nothing, and the other person is potentially getting like a load. And yeah, it's happened a lot, and yeah, we got to just get to the point of just saying that like where you can choose an action that will only benefit you and no one else, like which is the point of the game and is the tension of the action selection. But yeah, I think just a few too many times left where she just couldn't do anything and just got a bit fed up with it. But the solo is so easy to incorporate, and you practically don't need to know any rules for it. The actual solo is like a couple of paragraphs, and it works beautifully from all of that. I like the previous Snowdonia playthroughs. Yeah, I've done two now, haven't I? Because I did one for the old game, I think. I don't know if I've played Snowdonia since the Master Set playthrough, you know? So I'm going to have to brush up on it, especially if it's a scenario we haven't played. Because even though we had some expansions, I don't know if we played them all. I don't know when that was. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. Right, that will be getting filmed though, because I think it is pretty far in front. Hey Donny, uh, have I done a playthrough for Carnegie? Well, if the camera was on about an hour ago, well, and at any point during today, yeah, I've just filmed it. So when will that be? That'll probably be up on Patreon next week, on the channel the week after, I think. At the moment, like, I mean, touch wood, because you never know what time is going to be available and all of that. But at the moment, I think there's a nice kind of rhythm of videos that I'm managing to get one like filmed this week, edited the next week and on Patreon, and then it'll be like for early access, and then it'll be up on the channel the week after that. Having said that, Eldritch Horror is massive and it's taken me ages. I might just have to put up like the first part of it or something on Patreon, because the plan was to there's a live stream at 5, a double bill live stream, and I still need to film something, and I wanted to finish editing Eldritch Horror by the end of this week. So I don't know that that's going to happen. It sounds like, well, I've got the whole of tomorrow to do it, which is what I thought today. Well, I've got the whole of today. We'll get Carnegie filmed, we'll get all of that finished, and then we'll carry on with the Eldritch Horror. And yeah, I basically finished Carnegie just before this live stream started. So yeah, no more progress has been made on the editing of the next playthrough, unfortunately. But sometimes things take time. But yeah, I'm trying to get ahead. But there we go. That is my father's work, and it might be all that we're seeing from it from the near future anyway. Because yeah, I definitely am not going to do a playthrough or anything of it until the app is kind of out and available. So yeah, I might give in and play kind of just by myself with the demo web app. But yeah, definitely not kind of a channel thing until we can show off the proper experience, because yeah, you want to play it how it's been intended, don't you? Well, there we go. Thanks for joining me, everyone, especially since this was like very last minute. I announced it like an hour ago, and I only really decided to do it an hour ago. I didn't know if I was still going to be filming Carnegie or whatever. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. As I just said, I'll be live again in just less than 24 hours time. This the same time I came on here. Yeah, Rach will be here, and we will be playing a lighter game, we'll be playing Quacks and Co., a spin-off of Quacks and Quedlinburg, where we are racing animals through the town by doing some kind of bag building. And yeah, maybe like Rach and I will definitely be playing. But I thought like I did a me versus the audience in Quacks of Quedlinburg, and this is lighter and faster. So maybe we should get like team audience on the go as well, and see who comes out on top. And then I'm thinking that's going to be quite quick, so we're going to do Fuse after that. So yeah, live again tomorrow at 5 p.m. BST. Hope you can join us for that. And yeah, playthroughs everywhere at the moment. There's so many kind of spinning around my head, and they're kind of on Patreon, but they're Kickstarters, so they'll go live next week. Yeah, it's a bit fuzzy at the moment because there's plenty of things that were filmed kind of a month or more ago that are just about coming up. But yes, there's plenty to be seen, is what I'm trying to say. Thanks everyone for being here, and yeah, see you tomorrow for the live stream, and then Rachel will be here. Thanks a lot, and see you very soon. Bye. Bye.